I had never read this and never even seen the movies, so I didn't know what to expect. But given that it's a story about a bunch of 16-year-olds being put in a dome and fighting to the death, I wasn't disappointed. Literally page 1, you have somebody trying to drown a cat. So it certainly sets the tone. Right. So I really never have read the book or seen the movie, but I've seen snippets. It's kind of hard to miss them. And what I know is the scene where Katniss is like, I volunteer. I'm going to assume that's for somebody that she is related to. I know that there's a Mr. Snow that a lot of people hate. And I'm pretty sure there's a character named Peeta. So imagine my surprise when there's this dude that pops up called Gale. Gale's name is in this little drawing thing 42 times. I have to assume he gets selected because why are you making me care about this guy named Gale if he's not going to go there and die? Does that make sense? I've never heard anybody talk about this guy Gale before, though. Yeah, there it is. They took her sister. That sucks, huh? Still waiting to see what happens with Gale. You're really going to name the son of a baker Peeta? Jokes kind of write themselves, don't they? This is me finding out that mockingjays are not real birds. Fuck, I should have paid more attention in school. See, now this is one of those moments where I realized I don't know shit. I thought they were just put in a forest to like kill each other. But they're talking about sponsors and stuff, and if people are rich or whatnot, and they need to impress them. So the rich people give them things that help them with the Hunger Games? What would help them with the Hunger Games other than like a weapon? Are they allowed to give them weapons? Regardless, I actually kind of like this Haymitch guy, the drunk one. He has been utterly useless up until this point, but he finally started to help them in like the last second before they arrived to the Capitol. And I don't know, it's a good characterization. It's clear he's a drunk because he had to do things he didn't enjoy, and he doesn't necessarily want to be partaking in all of this, but he doesn't have a choice. That's a good character to me. A piece of shit. A royal piece of shit. But in writing, a good character. All right, I know only one of these people can make it, and if I have to watch Peeta die, I'm gonna be so mad because they can't kill Katniss. She's the person speaking to me. It's alarmingly easy to forget that these people are utter shitheads. Like, I kind of like her stylist, Cinna, I think is his name, and Caesar, the interviewer, a lot of fun. Sorry, I got a little teary-eyed when they're talking about her sister Prim, but these absolute animals are gonna watch them die in a dome. And for some reason, I like them. What the fuck? Peeta just announced to the world that he likes Katniss. That complicates things. Do I like this? What does that mean? I mean, what does it mean for the games? I do like it, but if he's lying, I'm going to slit his fucking throat. It was all a ploy, and I hope he dies violently. All right, the Hunger Games are starting, and the only thing I can think about is how I would start it. I'd definitely try to take out a mid-level person. Like, my first thought was maybe I'd try to kill that 12-year-old, but that's sad, and somebody else is definitely going to kill her. Like, she's not a real threat. But you want to take somebody off guard, and I think that would be a mid-level person, because I don't think you're going to take out one of the top-tier people right off the bat. Jesus, though, could you imagine? Am I going to have to watch this 12-year-old get killed? What am I reading? Peeta joined the career tributes and is murdering people in a pack. That wasn't supposed to happen. All right, false alarm. Peeta is playing both sides. And that's fine. That's what any smart person would do. It's just, I don't trust him. And I should have known that, because about 30 seconds ago, I did say that I'm not dumb. This seemed a little obvious. All right, Katniss just cut down like the extreme hornets out of the tree, and a couple people died. And I gotta be honest with you, I fucking love that shit. This is YA, and I knew it was YA, and there's a piece of me that thought, well, it's YA, so they're gonna like skirt around this. They're gonna turn her into Batman, and she's gonna be like, oh, I can't take any life. I don't want to read about Batman. I want to see people die. I don't want to see a 12-year-old die, but I want to see these other people die. She just offed 2 of them with a bunch of hornets. They just stabbed a 12-year-old. They hung her up in a net and stabbed her with a spear. You know, I don't know what I thought I was going to be getting with this book, but that wasn't it. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that she didn't survive, right? She's going to die. And this might be the only time I say this in my entire life, but I liked that 12-year-old. Oh, fuck, I hope that's the only time I say that. About 60% done, though, which means 7 more people need to die pretty quick. Peeta has the world's weirdest storyline. It's for like 6 chapters now. They've said that he's been stabbed in the woods and he's just hanging out. What is he doing? Like, I'm starting to question if he ever did get stabbed, because he's not dead. The cannons didn't go off. I just feel like the trailers I saw like a decade ago, he was really involved in this story, and now he's not because he was stabbed in the woods. Do you know what I'm asking you? It's starting to get to the point where it's talking a lot about Gale again, and I don't know if we ever see Gale again, but quite frankly, I want him to win. Not the Hunger Games. I don't care about that. I want him to get the girl. Who the fuck is Peeta? intrinsically, esoterically, I know who he is in the book. I mean, what does he actually mean to Katniss? He hasn't done anything. All right, well, fuck everything that I just said, because now this is upside down. You can't read it. 2 people can win the Hunger Games now, apparently. So they're going to team up and fall in love. Okay. Fucking never mind again. He's dying. Why is nothing ever happy in this book? Oh, I'm just thinking about Gale again. Thresh is a good guy. And they're going to make me watch him die too. Like, he's got that gentle giant thing going on the whole time. You're made up to be scared of him, and then you actually get a scene with him. And he does bash somebody's head in with a rock, but he also does the right thing. And he's going to be paid back for doing the right thing by being slaughtered mercilessly. Of course that's what's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. I just know it's going to, because this book is nothing but death and sadness. So we basically just found out that Peeta's feelings for her are real. And listen, it's not... I don't hate Peeta. I'm just not on board yet. He can be lover boy. That's fine. Have a crush. I have a crush on Margot Robbie. I'm never going to meet her. But again, what has he done other than shake his head no at the cornucopia and then lie in some mud? All right, official decision. I do like Haymitch. You know, they're just talking about how he won the games and that the only way he could have done it is by outsmarting others, which is fun. It's fun to read about competent characters. But what I like more than it is talking about how he became a drunk. Maybe in the beginning he tried to help the tributes, but then it got unbearable. It must be hell to mentor 2 kids and then watch them die year after year after year. That sucks, and is also extremely easy to picture yourself in that person's shoes. I like him. They killed Thresh. You fucking hate everything. Foxface survives 20 other people only to die by eating the wrong berries? Ha! Loser! They turned Rue into a wolf. They turned all of them into wolves. I'm not thrilled about that creative decision, which is the polite way of saying that I hate it. I've never been so riddled with anxiety in my entire life. Cato, maybe an asshole, but not like the world's worst person, is currently being eaten alive by wolves. Pete is bleeding out by a leg wound, and they're also freezing to death. And it's just like, when does it end? This feels like it should have been the end when he fell off of the cornucopia. Cato should be dead. He shouldn't be tortured by the mutant wolves. Her and Peeta should be able to ride off into the sunset. So what are we waiting on? Like, I just feel like the climax has already happened and they're just giving me anxiety for the sake of giving me anxiety. You already know what happened because you've read this book or you've seen the movies. They revoked it. Only one person can win again. This is so fucking dumb. This is so fucking dumb. Fuck you, Claudius Templesmith. Yeah! They tricked him. They tricked me. They're both they're both gonna live. Yes! All right, done. And this did not end how I thought it would. I thought like an actual act of revenge was going to happen from the Capitol, and instead it just ends with Peeta getting his heart broke. We've already established I don't give a fuck about him. I mean, it sucks. It's never great when anybody gets their heart broken, but I was waiting for a massive bomb to drop. Didn't happen. What I am excited about is I already know the next video I'm going to do is reacting to the differences between the movie and the book, because I've never seen the movie either. Thanks for the ride. See you next time.